I think we can go ahead and come on in. How's it going, guys? Hope you're all doing well. I'm gonna bring in the volume of the game, too. Armenian Emperor, hello. You went to Anime Las Vegas? That's good. Yeah, I've seen her at Anime Las Vegas in previous years. I'm gonna go ahead and unmute the game. Don't be scared by bleeps and bloops. There they are. Eli, hello. Hope you're all doing well. So, we were getting pretty close to the end of the game. I don't know that we're going to beat it. In fact, I don't even know if we're going to manage to beat the boss that I was up against that last time. We might not. I spent, some time making sure all my characters, for starters, everybody's got 999 health. So that's great. Everybody, bare minimum, has, dragon body armor. I really wanted more of them to have dragon helmets. The Arthur body armor I thought was pretty good, so I'm gonna leave him with the Arthur body armor. He's got the dragon body armor. She's got the dragon body armor. If I can pick up some dragon helmets from that final dungeon again, it's not really the final dungeon, it's kind of the next to the final dungeon. Then I'll pick them back up. We're gonna go back through a dungeon that we did on Monday. So, am I friendly with Monica? Yes, I am. Oh yeah, we've spoken quite a bit. My concern is that I don't think my stats are high enough. I'm a little worried about that. I'm gonna take one last look at... Do I have room for... I'm gonna buy 2 more swords just to get me through. I'm way down, like, several floors lower than I need to be at the moment, just because I wanted to be near an inn, as well as a place where I could buy, like, cheap swords to blow through, because I don't want to waste my dragon swords, because those are really good swords, and you can't really buy dragon swords anymore. I kind of got into a fight with the guy who was selling the dragon swords, and now he doesn't sell dragon swords anymore. So, and they were very expensive swords anyway. So I'm gonna buy 2 more gold swords. I think they're fine. I'll stick them in the inventory of Dick and Shell. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do for now. I'll save one more time while I'm at it, just because. I don't think I have a reason to heal at the inn, although, I might have used some abilities that could use recharging, so I'm gonna go check. If I go up here, I think this was the inn in this town, yeah. Cost me nothing, I don't really care, it's not a big deal. So let's go back up the tower now. We're gonna try and get back up to Odin. I think it's Odin that we're meant to be fighting at this point. So we're just gonna keep going up the tower until we can't anymore. Up this way. It's like 2 or 3 floors back up to get to where we were on Monday. So I did spend quite a bit of time grinding. I could have spent more time on it, I suppose. Life gets in the way, though, you know? That's just how it goes. I think this is the floor we need to be on right now. Yeah, because we can't climb any higher. We literally cannot go any higher. I'm gonna save again, and I'm gonna make sure that I've got my map open. We went through the whole map before, and I had grabbed a whole bunch of items last time, but I don't have those items anymore. This time I'm gonna ignore a bunch of the items, except for very, very specific items. We're at, what, Valhalla World, I think? There's gonna be a defense sword, a wizard staff. There is a dragon helmet in here. The dragon helmet's the only one that I'm particularly interested in. Other than that, I'm not really interested in a lot of the items. How's it going, J-Tom? I want to say thank you also to, this person's probably not in here right now, but they followed yesterday while I was not streaming, CEC the Ronin. Thank you very much for that follow, just in case you happen to hear this later. What I could have used is somebody to do the grinding for me. But then, you know, somebody would have been like, you didn't play the game yourself. No, I guess not. Yeah, I'll fight these guys, just to continue to get some stats up. Though I'm not thrilled with how much damage they're dealing to me. Really not thrilled about it. This is part of where my concern lies. That I'm not gonna be strong enough to face Odin. And that we're gonna turn this into a grind stream. If it turns into a grind stream, then I'm only gonna stream for an hour, because I don't find that to be very interesting. Yeah, I'm not thrilled with how much they're injuring me. This is not great. I might have to go back downstairs and go and heal up. I don't see us beating this today. I don't actually even see us getting past Odin, the guy that we were up against when I died on Monday. Trying to budget on car repairs at the moment. That sucks. I know what that's like. I cannot afford to get my car fixed up either. Big Ben, hello? This was bad. This was actually really, really bad. That was just a regular enemy. Honestly, kind of feel like I'm gonna have to run from a bunch of fights. I'm going back downstairs. I gotta go back to an inn. This is bad. Jesus, yeah, they killed me. They've already killed me. Creepy bro, hello. They've already killed, 2 of my characters. Boy, we are not prepared for this. I don't know when I'm going to beat this game at this point. We still have 3 dinosaurs left, and I've only got, like, 1 character left alive. I gotta run. I'm gonna have to run from all of these battles and go back to an inn. I don't see how we continue. And I did a lot of grinding. I got, like I mentioned, I got really good armor. My characters all have 999 health, but their stats are pretty shit. And I tried to get them to do some variety of abilities and attacks and stuff. I tried to get them to switch up between physical attacks and magic attacks in order to get some of these stats up, because that's how stats work in this game. They're based on how you use what you use. It's not working out in my favor, like, at all. The stats just are not going up. They're not going up very fast by any stretch of the imagination. Oh my god, I can hardly walk. Leave me alone, just let me go to a town. I just wanted to go to this town. Just go to the inn. How many spin-offs? I don't know. There's like dozens. Dozens and dozens. Multiple dozens. Because there's not just 16 Final Fantasies. God, like, since we're very probably not gonna beat this game today, I'll just use this as a decent time, a decent opportunity to just have conversations with you guys. I think that's probably an equally decent use of our time. I got a list that I keep open of almost all the Final Fantasies. I think this list is only missing like one or two. Like, there's a Chocobo game that for some reason it is left off, and I'm not really sure why. Where my list at? Where's my list of Final Fantasies at? I guess I gotta search for it again. I could have sworn I left it open in a tab. How many am I gonna play? All of them. I mean, it's gonna take years. We're not gonna beat it in the year 2026. We're not gonna do the entire list of Final Fantasy games in the year 2026. By the time you get up to Final Fantasy 11 alone, if I start a brand new character in that'll take... I bet that'll take me 3 years! If I'm only playing, like, largely during live streams, like, that'll take forever. List of all Final Fantasy games. Complete list. I could swear I've had this open in a different tab somewhere, but fine. Like, this list is just astronomical. Their list shows 126 games, and I believe it is even missing at least one or two. At least one or two. So what's... Calculator, help me. Like 126 minus 16, I should be able to just do in my head. There's bare minimum 110 spin-offs. Now, if you count games like 10-2, 13-2, and Lightning Returns as mainline, then you take that down to 107. But fine. Final Fantasy is more spin-offs than it is mainline entries at this point. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. It's also kind of counting these pixel remasters. I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna count pixel remasters as part of it. Well, it's not exactly close to 1,000, let alone 9,000, so... So, no! Did I actually stay at this inn, or did I just think about staying at it? Okay, I actually stayed at the inn. Yeah, I don't know if I would count re-releases, to be fair, myself. Running, running, running! Well, okay, Pixel Remaster, I realize it has the word remaster in its title, but do we think that they're remasters, or do we think that they're remakes? Like, let's be really, really honest. They've rebuilt the graphics from the ground up, they've rebuilt the soundtracks from the ground up, in a lot of cases they fixed a bunch of the mechanics for several of those games. I don't know whether you count those as actual remasters despite their title. Hell, I don't think Final Fantasy VII Remake is actually a remake. I think it's its own thing. Honestly. Flux Kitten 7 with its new trilogy is a remake. Like, I kind of see what you mean, but it's also, like, so uniquely its own thing. It's both its own thing, and it relies on you to already know what happens in Final Fantasy VII to some extent, or else you don't get the full appreciation of what they're trying to do. That is to say, you appreciate what they're trying to do, which I don't totally appreciate what they do in that damn game series. Take it or leave it, I suppose. Save again. I'm just gonna keep saving on top of saves. I'm gonna try one more time to go in here, but like, bare minimum, I'm at least gonna go grab this helmet that I wanted. Favorite band? I'm not really sure. Early Linkin Park or System of a Down, maybe? Maybe. There was a time as, like, a tween, I might have told you Creed, and boy, do I not agree with that anymore. If we could just erase Scott Stapp's voice, I think I might think a little bit differently of it, because I really still like their guitar. Guitar sound is very, very good. Favorite episode of Evangelion? I don't know about a favorite episode. I mean, I just like Evangelion as a whole. I think you have to take it as a whole. I generally speaking don't have favorite episodes of anything. I just think about a piece as a whole when you talk about it from beginning to end. I don't think I could name a favorite episode of any television show ever. I don't think I could do that. You get Alter Bridge without Scott Stapp? Is that a band? I don't know that band. I mean, I would listen to it, but... No, What If is a good song. Higher is a little pretentious. There was a time when I was a kid when I liked the song Higher. I did. But, What If is good. They're like their first 1 to 2 albums where they were genuinely, like, more harsh. And... it was a little less preachy, and I only say a little because Scott Stapp really was pushing this born-again image, and seemingly that was not actually in line with the rest of the members of the band. Like, even Scott Stapp has had interviews where he's been like, oh yeah, the rest of the band members were like, why do you have to put these things in the lyrics? Why does it have to be that? I don't know, man. I just have to. I have to tell everybody. And Scott Stapp's not, like, a great dude, so... A band with the musicians of Creed, but a new singer. I would be interested. Are they good, or do they suck? Are they decent enough people? Doesn't have a good choice in bands, I get you. Just like POD? POD, I think, deliberately tried to make themselves look more like Christian crossover rock. Even more so than Creed did. With Creed, it was really just Scott Stapp pushing that image. It was just the singer, not the whole band. Let me look at my map again, now that I'm in here. I think I'm going to be avoiding a bunch of fights for a little while, because I just want to get a helmet. That's about it. Everything else is kind of kicking my ass, because my stats are just not very good, despite the extra time I spent away from live streaming to get this done. I just don't see us actually beating anything right now. So maybe on the way back out of here... Okay, am I on the floor with the helmet yet? No, I'm not. I still gotta go up another... at least one floor. Right? Run. And this should be my helmet. Yeah, there's the dragon helmet. We picked this up before, but I'm having to go back through here all over again. That's fine. That's okay. Here you go, buddy. Have a dragon helmet. I think only one person is gonna have to go without a dragon helmet, unfortunately. Run. Like, we'll try and fight Odin, but he's gonna kick my ass. I need more time with this game all on my own, honestly. Run. Where am I at? Okay. Seen the 4Kids run of One Piece? Yeah, I was... do not cite the old text at me, I was there when it was written, whatever. Whatever that line is. Yeah, man, I watched the very first broadcast of 4Kids One Piece. Because we had been waiting, like, that manga had been in publication for a while, people had been watching the pirated fan subs for a really, really long time. We were like, oh man, they're doing it! They're dubbing it! It's happening! And then it happened, and then that One Piece rap came in. And man, we were not prepared for that. I understand that nowadays, people kind of have embraced the One Piece rap, like it's... Yeah, man, I would go back to that One Piece rap, and blah, blah, blah. Bro, you weren't there. If you weren't there when it actually, like, dropped, you don't understand. Like, people were going, what is this? People didn't know what they were listening to. It was kind of like when Naruto first hit in North America also, and they kind of had to replace the opening with some generic, I don't even know, whatever the fuck. People were really mad at that first kind of Cartoon Network run of Naruto also. I do not know where I am right now. Did I just go in some big loop? People were also mad at Believe It, but like, it's the same reasons that people give nowadays for localization bullshit, to get mad at localization bullshit. Like, because what Naruto is always saying is Datebayo! Like, but it's the same way that in Japanese, you use a particle to, like, end a sentence. It's kind of like the way Mughals say Kupo at the end of every sentence. It's just a thing they say to make them sound cute. It doesn't really mean anything other than this is the end of the sentence, and it sounds cute. You say da at the end of a sentence, it's kind of like a period, except it's masculine. It's like saying desu at the end of a sentence. That's just It's just the end of a sentence. Da is masculine. Da te, when you say te, it means that's a quote, like, that's what I said. Da te ba. We've just got extra enthusiasm, and the yo makes it like, that's an exclamation mark. Like, really pay attention, I'm giving you new information here. So really, all date bayo means is, again, motherfucker, that's what I just said. So it doesn't really like that, but that's not what the word means. In context, it's like that sentence that I just said. Yeah, I'm repeating myself. The sentence I just said. So how do you get that across in about the same number of syllables? You hear me? Can you dig it? Believe it! Believe it! The thing that I just said! Exclamation mark! Any of those things are not wrong, you know? You just have to make a choice. So I already saved right in front of Odin here. I'm gonna die again. I already read all of this shit out loud in the last stream. We're gonna die again. I'm not gonna have a choice. I'm gonna have to go do more grinding. There's just, I don't see another way around it. Go ahead and use my dragon swords here, because I'm gonna die anyway. Sure, let's throw some magic at them too while we're at it. Excuse me. Hitting me with Gungnir is not great. Like, I already died. I died so fast. Yeah, this isn't happening. I mean, the good news is we were able to kill one bird. Okay. So we're good enough to kill the other dudes around Odin. Got Sleipnir. Cool. Yeah, he's just gonna thwomp us. Well, the good news is, when he casts lightning at us, we can take it. But if he stabs us with Gungnir, yeah, we're fucked. Yeah, that did not work out. Wish to fight again? No, honestly. Thank you for the cheer. Enjoy a burrito, thank you. It's very kind of you. I'll just reload right next to Odin. I'm just gonna have to do like another 30 minutes of grinding. I don't see another way around this. It feels like we could get pretty close to beating him, because we were able, at least, to get the rest of his party around him. So it's just gonna take a little more time getting some other stats up. Aside from that, I spent like half an hour doing grinding for stats, but I think this is gonna be a short stream today. Like, I can't do 2.5 hours of just grinding. Unless there's something that you want me to talk about specifically, like, I'll just sit here and talk with you guys. I don't mind. That doesn't bother me any. Alright, if I do some grinding, I need to be doing this, out near an inn. So we need to go back down, like, at least 2 worlds to where the last inn is. Any plans for anime cons this year? So, maybe you guys can help me, actually. There are 2 that I have badges for. One of them I'm not worried about. Anime Expo. Anime Expo out here in Los Angeles. Got a badge for it. I already live out here. That's not a big deal. I always take a train down to downtown. So, the one I'm concerned about, I have a badge for it, is Anime NYC. So I'm trying to figure out how to get that shit done. I really want to be there again this year. But the travel and the lodging is where I'm struggling. Badge, not a problem. We've got that covered. Got that covered. Don't have to worry about getting a badge. But being there is really, really tough. So my thought process was, I would consider taking a train. Because especially the airports right now. Yeah, fuck the planes. Exactly, Zach. Completely. Fuck them. Unless I'm going to be leaving the country, and specifically this continent, right? I'm probably not gonna take a plane again anytime soon. So, my plan was train. I would love to take Amtrak. I'm dreaming of Amtrak all the time. All the time, man. I love the idea of taking a train cross country. The route that I'm kind of looking at would take me from Los Angeles kind of up into, like, the Chicago area, dips through, like, Ohio, and, you know, all the way up through the Northeast to get to New York. And actually, the Amtrak station is less than a 20-minute walk from the Javits Center where Anime NYC is. It would be very, very easy. Oh, I could stay entertained, that's not the problem. And in fact, I would be willing to bet that I probably would end up needing to do work on the train. I've got a Windows tablet that I have done some work on. It's a little bit cumbersome to do it. I wish I had like a laptop, but you know, Windows tablet with a keyboard is mostly fine. I can do it. I can get it done. I think that would be kind of a neat thing to do, is work on a train that, you know, it's gonna take 3 days to get over there. San Diego to Chatsworth, that sounds fun. So, but that trip is gonna cost me, and like, I've really been struggling to make ends meet as it is. It's looking like less than $250 to go in one direction. And really, my even bigger concern is finding a place to stay, because Manhattan is just a nightmare for getting a hotel room. It's fucking ridiculous. The food is not that much of a problem. They serve food on Amtrak. That and many of the stops, they let you get up and walk around and get off the train for a little while. I could walk my happy ass to a few places to give myself some food. I love trains, yeah. I love trains when they work. I'm just very disappointed in American trains for the most part. You start to get disappointed when you've been to other countries that have trains that function. Like, I've been to London, and I've been to Tokyo, and other Japanese cities with decent functioning mass transit. Los Angeles trains are not awful, but like, you do kind of have to take a car or a bus to get to a train. The trains only in some instances really go to the places you want to go. I do think there's some good train stations, like, take for example right next to like the Long Beach Convention Center is easy to get to by train out here. The Los Angeles Convention Center is easy to get to by train out here. Little Tokyo's not bad. You can get to there by train without too much problem. But aside from that, train stations are a little too far away from places that people actually want to be. Due to, like, American zoning and districting is really kind of shit. I'm not thrilled about that. But man, New York trains get shit done. Are there sometimes some scary people on trains? Yeah, I think some of that is just American culture of, what it's like to ride, on mass transit in America, but, you know, I'm gonna run from anything with these swords, because the swords, if you throw magic at them, they just reflect the magic. It's not great. It's all a shit show? Yeah. Yeah, there's scary people everywhere in America. Like, I'm not shocked nobody wants to come here anymore. I don't want to be here. Honestly. I have done Chicago before, and I've ridden some trains in Chicago. I would like to spend more time riding those trains. I'm actually not a huge fan of deep dish pizza. Hot dog, sure. Deep dish pizza, nah. I much prefer New York style pizza to Chicago style pizza. I scare myself. Yeah, me too. Me too, man. I'm just gonna run from these swords. This is now, unfortunately, what the rest of the stream is gonna be. Is like walking back and forth in front of this town. So I don't know what else to do, because I need to be getting my stats up. It's just gonna take fucking hours, man. I know, a lot of us don't want to be here. I almost feel like I need to go to a different floor entirely. Because if I'm just gonna run into those swords all the time, I can't get anything done. Hey, you make those hot dogs! Grind streams are the backbone of Twitch? I do not think so. I very rarely watch people do grind streams. I very rarely see it happen. I would much rather be doing this away from the public eye. Like, if we had a big, beefy topic of conversation to talk about, if I had somebody else here with me to bounce ideas off of, and I, like, never have guests. That never happens. Not to say I wouldn't consider it. But that's adding in a whole other element that, like, I am not prepared for. I would have to figure out audio balancing with Discord and shit. I don't know. I'm not a person who gets very, like, I get nervous about asking people to join me to do anything. I just don't want things to go wrong. Josh is great when he's able to be here. He's just, you know, he's gone during the days, almost every single day. And then at night, he's so tired. And like, there are a few things that he's wanted for us to do. There's some games he's wanted for us to play for a long time. I try to encourage him to stream as well, because I've seen some of you guys come in here while we've done just streams together, right? Like Yakuza, for example, or we recently did that City Hunter game stream. And some people have said, Josh, when are you gonna do your own stream? And, like, he'll get excited about the idea for a little while, but I don't know, I think the entire idea of him streaming by himself is very daunting to him. Like, we've gotten him quite a bit of a good setup to get started whenever it is that he might decide he would like to do it. He kind of asks to practice with me from time to time. Like, he'll play Helldivers 2 or something. He actually doesn't play that many games. So Helldivers 2 is one of them. There's very few games that he's particularly interested in. He was so into Overwatch when it first came out. And then Blizzard went and just shit the bed on a number of different levels, and I think most of you guys understand what some of those levels are. Just like Activision Blizzard being complete asshats on just an unbelievable amount of levels, right? And then Overwatch became Overwatch 2, became Overwatch, and so he like threw the whole thing away, and he was actually really, really sad about it, because there's only so many games he really, really loves, and he's really, really good at. I am the gamer in the house. Josh really, frankly, is not. I like Tokusatsu, but boy, he's the Tokusatsu guy. Like, he's the guy. If you want to talk Tokusatsu, you go to Josh. Like, he knows almost nothing about Final Fantasy. For example, he does know 7. 7 is one of, like, 2 mainline Final Fantasy games he has ever played to completion, that, as far as I am aware. So he knows 7 really well, he knows 10 really well. I tried to sit him down with 8. I asked him, like, okay, so you want to do voice acting, Josh? Well, let's sit together like we've been doing Yakuza games together, and this was before Yakuza started getting English dubs. I said, okay, we've been enjoying reading these games out loud. Let's do a Final Fantasy together, and we'll just read these characters out loud so you just get this practice in. I said 8. Let's do 8. You've never done 8. And for whatever reason, he was like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. And I could not get him to want to stream it with me. So I said, okay, let's not do it on stream. Let's just together, let's just do it. And it was like as he was sitting there with me, like the light was draining from his eyes. And 8 is not my favorite Final Fantasy, but boy is it not a game he likes, like, at all. Just damn, like, could not get him to enjoy 8 at all whatsoever. You get up to the big reveal of, and then it turned out that we all grew up together at the same orphanage and we just forgot. And, like, he lost his damn mind. He just... he hated it! He hated it so much. I couldn't get him to finish it. So I basically, like, we got up to... We were on the last disc. We rescued Rinoa from space. Now she's a space witch. Like, he didn't get to the whole witch in the middle, and I had to, like, tell him how the game ends and play, like, the end cutscenes of beating Ultimecia and shit like that. I didn't mean to run from this enemy. So he knows how 8 ends. He's just missing, like, a part of the... Like, he didn't even finish playing it. He really God, he did not like Final Fantasy VIII. So I've never gotten him to sit with Final Fantasies 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 11. Like, I sat him with 11 for one play, and he just noped the fuck out. He's never done 12. I had him watch just all the cutscenes from 13, and to be fair, okay, 13 sucks, and I didn't like it, and he didn't like it, so, I got him on board with 14 for a little while. But even then, like, he's not an MMO guy. Because he's barely a gamer to begin with, so he's not even an MMO guy. 15, he just kind of sometimes watched over my shoulder. He has no idea what happens in 15. 16 is the first time he's been like, oh, I might play that one myself. 16 was like the first one for fucking ever. Let alone any of the spin-offs. Josh doesn't know shit about Final Fantasy. So I say all of that to say, okay, we could do some other things together, and like, it's not working out, it's not happening. So he practices with me. Well, if I did do a live stream, what would I do? He pulls up Helldivers 2, and he just practices kind of self-narrating. And I tell him, well, once in a while you're gonna have to look at your chat and just interact with them, and like, he's real bad at that. He was real bad at that while we were doing Yakuza. Currently, because it is, not to say that he couldn't improve, because it is a skill, because I was shit at that, and I'm missing a bunch of my comments right now, and I'm gonna have to go back and address them in a little bit too. But he's kind of nervous about it, about having to kind of juggle playing the game, talking about what he's doing in the game, talking to his chat, and when he starts to think about all of that, he's much less interested in it. So I don't know how to get him more interested when I know some of you guys have been like, man, we'd love to see more of Josh. I don't know how to help you. I've tried, I've really tried. I don't know how to help. So let me go back to some of these. If you could choose any American celebrity to be a new writer, who would it be? God, I have no idea. For starters, I don't really want, if we're talking about an adaptation of Kamen Rider, I don't really want another adaptation of Kamen Rider. I'm also really shit at fan casting. That's not a skill that I have. Man, I wish I could answer that question, and I feel like I would not do a very good job at answering that question. And Caspian, I certainly appreciate, you know, just the idea that it's fun to interact with people, and I certainly agree, which is the only reason why I live stream my games in the first place, is because it's a fun thing to talk with other people while I'm doing what I'm doing. Certainly keeps me from being bored and lonely, like I'm in the house all day. Because I'm either doing work, you know. NSM, thank you for the bit. I appreciate that. I'm either at home working, or when not enough work has come in, I can't really go out and do a whole heck of a lot. I can't afford to go out and go to a whole lot of places. So being with you guys and just talking to you guys is fun. To that extent, I appreciate doing this no matter what it is that I'm playing, right? I just am not... I don't think that the grind is super interesting to watch, and I appreciate that you think that the conversation is good just to sit and talk or whatever. When I am sitting and talking like this a whole bunch, then it's fine. But I do often find that I run out of steam when I'm not actively engaging in conversation. So long as I can keep this up, it's fine. If nothing is going on and all we've got is the grind, then I'll be like, no, we gotta stop. We gotta stop streaming. So we'll see how this goes, just while I've still got people talking to me in the comments. They had a City Hunter game. In fact, that City Hunter game came out in the year 1990 for the PC Engine. It was very surprising that just this year, they re-released it. Thought that was pretty crazy. So you can get it digitally right now. And then there's going to be an official Western physical release. And I think a couple of more months. But I didn't want to wait for it. Japan already has their physical release. So we got the physical release of the Collector's Edition, the Japanese Collector's Edition, which is going to be just ever so slightly different from the Western release of the physical edition, which is being published in Europe, I believe. I don't think that there are official North American physical editions going out. I don't think that's a thing. Also a difference between the Japanese version and the Western version is the Western release that you can get digitally has also French and Italian translations, I believe. And the French is interesting because in France, City Hunter got localized as Nicky Larson. So, Ryo Saiba's name got localized in France to Nicky Larson, and then they just named the show after him. You know, they really Pokemon'd it up, changing everybody's names to be more Western. But it's otherwise basically the same show, with very minor censorship, but, it's good, it's very funny. So they changed the name, if you switch it to French, they changed the title of the game to Nicky Larson, and then they play the French theme song, which is very funny. It's very charming, actually. I actually kind of dig it, but the Japanese release of the game does not have the French in it, so you can't switch it to the Nicky Larson title screen. So it's kind of a bummer. The version that we bought, you can't do that, but it's neat. It is kind of neat. Josh could just talk about Tokusatsu for an hour with friends. He very much could. And we've tried to kind of gas him up about it a number of times. About, yeah, you really could. Like, you know so much shit. And he knows so much shit. He is so fucking smart. He knows so much more about Tokusatsu than so many other people. He knows so fucking much. Like, there are so many dudes out there on YouTube right now that talk like they're the authority figure on a thing, and they are not the authority figure on the thing. They just project a lot. They talk about shows they haven't actually watched, but Josh has actually watched the shit. He's actually researched the shit. Like, this is his hyperfixation, okay? This is the thing that he has dedicated his whole fucking life to. He knows fucking everything. And we tell him, you could just sit here and talk about these things, and people would fucking listen to you because you know what the fuck you're talking about. And sometimes he thinks about doing it, and he gets excited about it for a little while, and then I don't know. I don't know how to further encourage him. Like, yes, you're meant for this. You're so meant for this. I think we worry about burning him out, you know? I worry about that for him because, like any normal person with a 9-to-5, you just get burned out by life. I know what that's like. That used to be me too. You know, me with my old 9-to-5s. I certainly don't want to go back to it. Because even when I got home and it seemed like I had time to pursue other interests and stuff, I was so tired and so burned out. You didn't want to. They're just, you don't want to do it. You don't want to do anything. You're just like, leave me the fuck alone. I just want to play some video games and go to sleep. That's all I want to do. And I think that's kind of where he's at right now. But if only we could figure out how to just funnel he's got so much joy in this particular thing that he knows so much about. I don't know how to help him. I would like to know how to help him, and I don't really know how. Your Xbox gamer score is over 1 million? Oh my god. I'm never gonna have a high gamer score, and I'm never going to have a bunch of trophies, and it's just never gonna happen. I play so many games, but I don't pursue getting good at anything, really, and I don't pursue high scores, I don't pursue trophies, I don't trophy hunt. It's just not my thing. How much is this Psy? What about Josh and voice acting? So Josh is also, he's like a phenomenal actor. Like, I could tell you, like, I watched him act throughout college, and then a little bit of Community stuff. He's very, very good. I watched him make people cry, man. So we're out here, and, like, he's been so close to touching being able to act. It's like, we can see it right in front of us, but we can't hardly do anything about it. He wants to take more classes, but if he's working full-time, 9 to 5, he can't take more classes. There's no time for him to take more classes. He doesn't have the time to pursue the things that he's genuinely good at. And then the things that he's genuinely good at, the 9 to 5 is burning him out on the things that, like he can't relax enough to get his head back into a place where he can do the things he was born to do. That's the thing that I wish I could give him, and I don't know how to give him what he needs in that regard. So we've tried to also get him to record, like, a demo. Demos typically cost a lot of money. So I've recorded a demo here at home for myself. But I'm honestly not the person who should be acting. It's Josh who should be acting, not me. And in a lot of cases, he doesn't... We might have to throw money down at a professional doing his demo because he doesn't feel very good about being the audio engineer of his own demo. Everything to him doesn't sound quite right, and we're just not able to kick it out. So... the KFC visual novel. I don't think he's much of a visual novel kind of guy either. 15 is confusing? I don't think 15 is confusing. I think 15 is very, very incomplete. I think it's an extraordinarily incomplete game. Is there some other... I wanted to get some different swords. Jesper the Bard Skyrim series. I don't know who Jesper the Bard is. I don't tend to watch other people play Skyrim. I played through the whole base game of Skyrim myself, and that was good enough for me. I might be a floor lower than I was aiming for. Could have sworn there was another shop where I was picking up these gold swords, and I was pleased with their damage and with how much they cost. You came back with hot dogs, Frame? I had one bean burrito earlier. That was my meal. One bean burrito. They just released all the original Bomberman games for NES and SNES. Oh yeah, I'd heard that they were gonna be re-releasing a collection. I'm not a huge Bomberman person, but I think that's very legit for people who are Bomberman people. No Nicky Larson in the Japanese release of the City Hunter game. No. You can open MS Paint and have him just make drawings to illustrate while talking. I suppose so. He's not a very good artist, but then again, you don't have to be a very good artist to make good jokes and gags or whatever. Man, what floor was I trying to get to? Oh no, I know where I was. Not a big Friday the 13th person. Originally, the character Jason was going to be called Josh, but then they went with Jason. That's interesting. Do you have to play video games on Twitch, or can you basically stream whatever? You can do whatever. Yeah, you can just sit and talk. Yeah, people, there's a just talking category here on Twitch that you can do. Just sit and talk with people. People do that all the time. Stretch, thank you. And hydrate. This was a little while ago. Sean Oliver thinks Harrison Ford is a bad actor, called him very wooden and all his performances are the same. I can kinda see that. You just kinda have to already buy into, like, yep, this is who we wanted. We wanted this Harrison Ford. You have to know you already want Harrison Ford, I guess. Give you this ice sword, I suppose. I'm gonna have to get myself probably one more ice sword, in fact. Tried recording short form content just to get ideas out there. For me or for Josh? Josh has actually talked about that quite a bit. He talks about all kinds of short form content he would like to film. He gets a bunch of stuff together that he could possibly use to create content, and then it doesn't matter, he's so burned out. He's so burned out, he's so tired. All the time. Kinda doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter whether it's something he would enjoy doing or not. There's kind of no brain space left to do what he even enjoys doing. Tell you about Madoka? That's a show. I don't know what else you want me to tell you about it. It's a show, there's magical girls, and some fucked up shit happens. I think if you had gone into it totally blind, then you might have been surprised by it, but I was in no way surprised by the things that happen in Madoka. Fucked up shit happens in that show. Woody, how's it going? How are you doing, man? Do some crocheting and co-working. Yeah, you could do that. You could do that. When did I start dating Josh? 2011? We've been together a grand total of almost 15 years. Watering your peppers and plants? Yeah, you keep them healthy, man. Yeah, I mean, they gave the fucking mascot character of that show blood red eyes. Like, you already know something's fucked up with it, so, like, it always surprised me, the people who got surprised by Madoka. I didn't think it was particularly surprising at all. Alright, give me a second. So again, I'm not sneezing, and I'm not sick. This happens when I speak for at least an hour straight. I just start to kind of generate a bunch of mucus and I have to blow my nose. Just to clear the breathing passageways. This happens every live stream. I guess you would have to be... you would get surprised by Madoka if you had never seen a bunch of other anime before. I suppose. Nothing to be sorry about. Elfen Lied, like... it is kind of a fucked up show, but it is also, like... I'm fairly dismissive of Elfen Lied, I gotta admit. I would not say that Madoka is spooky. I don't think it's spooky, creepy, horror. I think it's weird. I think it's a little fucked up. But it's only fucked up if you've never seen anime before. So... Steve, hello! Good to see you. Yeah, Elfen Lied is kind of on the gratuitous side as far as, we're just gonna shock you with, there's a bunch of nudity, and a bunch of blood, and there's one point where the girl pisses herself. I think that's even right at the very beginning of the series, and like... It's kinda just the shock value of... You tell somebody, oh, it's there for shock value, and then you know what happens. Then you know, oh, well, I'm just not gonna be surprised by anything now, because I've seen television before. What does what mean exactly? You're gonna have to specify. Lots of people have said lots of things. You're playing Kiwami? I think Kiwami is quite good. Yeah, really, at this point, the only Yakuza game I would not play is Kiwami 3. I don't even really know if I'll play another Yakuza game that comes out after this. I really don't know. Every other Yakuza game up until this point was fine, and sure, you could be nitpicky about some of those titles. You could maybe even say that, Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii is mostly a bunch of fluff that doesn't really mean anything, but at least it was mostly fun to play. It's kind of meaningless to the bigger picture of the Yakuza narrative, but it's not a big deal. Like, it's fine. It wasn't like outright offensive or doing anything terribly wrong. But yeah, Yakuza 3, man, I don't know. Boy, it's just gonna take forever to get these stats up. We're not really gonna make progress today. I think I'm gonna stop at around 1:30, so we're talking less than 20 more minutes. I'll keep talking to you guys for maybe another 20 minutes, but I do think I'm gonna stop the stream early, because we're just kind of doing the same shit over and over again. What does it mean? It's not surprising if you've seen anime. If you've seen anime, then you know how anime works, and, like, you know what the show is and is not doing. If you have seen television, then you don't get surprised by how people write. Like, you just have had world and life experience. So you don't get surprised by shit. Well, at least I'm getting some of these stats up. I don't want to fight the swords! Because I don't want to have my magic bouncing off of it. One thing I do need to do is I've done a few live streams in the last couple of weeks that I have not put up onto my VOD YouTube channel, my secondary channel. So maybe after the stream today, I'll go download a bunch of my own videos and then re-upload them over onto YouTube. So that's one thing I haven't done. Like, we beat Final Fantasy III a couple of weeks back, and I haven't uploaded that final live stream over to the YouTube channel yet, I don't think. Yeah, that's kind of what Madoka is like, is that it starts cute and you think, oh boy, here's another cute magical girl show, and we got the mascot character, just like on any other magical girl show, but then it turns out that, being a magical girl is kind of fucked up, and yeah, it does feel like, oh, what if we just shocked you, because we were doing things that nobody would do in a magical girl show, prior to right now, I don't know. Oh, I fucked with my headphone cord, and now I can't hear anything. It's not a big deal, it's not like I need to hear much, but really I should just be using new headphones, because this cable... These headphones are very old. Oh my god, I can only hear one channel of the Game Boy. I only hear the bass line of the music, that's weird. Wow, that's so weird. I could get out another set of headphones. I have much better headphones somewhere, but really I've been trying to use them only for, like, recording things in the booth, or taking them with me on trips. They're expensive headphones. They're really, really good headphones. I'm trying not to use them for normal, everyday shit. I don't know what episode number the show becomes edgy, man. I think it starts pretty quick. Like, you can kind of see it, the seeds planting themselves pretty early on. You like Overlord, Woody? Like, I watched the first season of Overlord. I didn't hate it. I'm not a big isekai fan, but like once you kind of get past the setup of it being an isekai, then it's not so bad. I actually do really like the music in it. Like the opening and the ending themes are pretty good. Headphones for when the nice guests are over, yeah. Wrong Way to Use Healing Magic, I actually haven't watched that. I did watch a bunch of I Got Reincarnated as a Slime. I went to the theatrical screening of the first movie. I tried to enjoy it. I gave it a fair shake. It's not really my thing, but I tried. I gave it a shot. It's not awful. Just much like with other isekai, it's not really my thing. DBZ and Super. I mean, classic, man. I was just talking to Josh the other day about how, like, when we were in high school, you were a grade ahead of me. On the last day of school, on your senior year, Woody, you gave me a drawing of Goku. You drew me a drawing of Goku. He's smiling, he's going like this. And, like, on the back of it, you wrote, like, just wanna wish you well, thank you for being a friend, and also never forget the day that Woody lit his pants on fire. The heck, that's... Which is a true story. A true story of how you were in, like, what was it? Wood or metal shop or something like that, and you were working on something and it sparked and it hit your pant legs, and another classmate had to tell you your pants are on fire and you had to go, like, wash it out before it spread. So I've been trying to watch Jujutsu Kaisen also, which, like, it's fine. It's very shonen, you know, very battle shonen, very action shonen. But man, they talk so much. They talk so much more than they need to. And that's the thing that kind of prevents it from getting over, for me personally. I just wish they would stop talking about, and here's how this thing works, in the middle of doing the thing that they're trying to do. I don't know. I feel like I probably just need to keep going. I just need to keep going, but it just feels like it takes too long for me. I don't know anything about I Became the Strongest Tamer. Demon Slayer I watched quite a bit of, because there were some Demon Slayer things that I worked on, either for closed captions or for subtitles. Like I did some conversion for some closed captions that already existed to, I think, to help get it ready to be broadcast on Toonami. Like, I didn't write them, but I did, convert them from some other pre-existing closed captions into something that Toonami would accept or something like that. And then there was a stage performance or two of the Japanese voice actors, like, basically live reading all of their anime lines to a really big audience. I think you might be able to stream some of that off of Crunchyroll right now. And I did some timing for the subtitles for those particular performances. So I have a little bit of appreciation for Demon Slayer. Rengoku is a big fave around these parts. Rengoku's a great character. Chainsaw Man, I don't always like everything Chainsaw Man does, but man, that last movie was doing some incredible work. It was a very good movie. An incredibly cinematic anime. It was so good, and that, opening by Kenshi Yonezu, not just for the anime TV series, but for that movie in specific, it was such a good opening. I liked the first season of One Punch Man. And then the second season, I kind of fell off of it, and then I haven't seen any of it since. It just, like, I kind of got the point after the first season, like, yeah, he's just gonna win all the time, and it was very funny. That first season was very, very good. Just kind of didn't keep up with it. Now, Magican Mashal, wearing me a Mashal shirt right now, man. There's a chain of cream puff stores called Beard Papa. So there's a few of them in Los Angeles, and I want to say there's other places where they exist as well. But they had a tie-in with Mashal, because, go figure, cream puffs, the main character loves the shit out of cream puffs. It's a very good show. That's a very, very funny show. And I've done the closed captions for the whole show. So you'll see them if you watch it on Toonami. Those are my closed captions on the Toonami run of Mashal. My name's in the credits and everything. If you want to watch something that is not Harry Potter, and in fact does a better job of representing different kinds of people in the world than Harry Potter does, watch Mashal. Mashal is the shit. Mashal is very funny, and there's actually trans characters in it, and they're not treated any differently just because they're trans. They just exist in the world, and they are trans. That's it. That's all there is to it. There's good representation with the voice actors as well. Watch Mashal, man. Watch Mashal. Mashal's a good show. How is Inuyasha? It's fine. It's kind of your classic. You know, nobody was really calling isekai for a really long time. For a long time, we kind of just called them girls in another world, because it was almost entirely girls for a really long time. Not dudes who are like, oh, now I'm in my 40s, and I hate my life, and I hate my job, and I would rather just die than continue going on and living and having to go to work because we live in a capitalist hellscape, because Japan sucks like that right now. So that's why you see so much modern isekai, right? Is because everybody's got this fantasy that they want to live out, where, like, of course everybody's got superpowers where they all just, everything is easy for them, and they just win. They win at everything that they do, because life fucking sucks! And for once in their life, it would just be nice to just have literally every single fucking thing go right. But it does get really boring to see every single show do the same fucking thing. It does get really boring. So it used to be that, like, you would get Fushigi Yugi, you'd get Magic Knight Rayearth, you'd get Inuyasha, and these were all Girl in Another World series. And is Another World just the English translation of the word isekai? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. But we weren't, like, calling them that. It wasn't such a fucking problem that we needed a word for it, you know? So I think nowadays it might be tough to go back and watch a show like Inuyasha, if only because we have been so fucking obliterated by just a million other isekai. It's hard to go back and look at earlier isekai and not just be like, oh, it's another isekai. Rumiko Takahashi really put everything into that one, though. Like, that series goes on and on and on and on and on. And it took a long time for them to actually technically finish it. Like, the anime originally didn't actually finish. They had to go back and finish it many years later. And then they continued on with whatever the fuck the sequel series is that I've never seen. So, you can still make more out of it, I guess. how far am I in my new video? I wrote a script, I recorded audio, I've done no actual video editing as of yet. I've got kind of a lot of real life work to do, so nothing actually edited together yet. And when I get a little bit more free time, once I've got some of this work off my back, I will certainly get into editing some more. Hopefully, it would be nice to get a video out next month about something that I actually like and I actually care about. The new Ranma 1/2 is pretty good. That's what I hear. I watched quite a bit of the old Ranma 1/2, and I've never watched any of the new Ranma 1/2, which is funny because I did watch some of the new Urusei Yatsura, which I thought that was actually also very good as well. That was a good series. That new fresh opening was very, very good. It was a very addictive opening. It is sad that Rengoku died. Everybody loved Rengoku. He was a great character. I don't know what the hell happened in Chainsaw Man's ending in the manga, but yeah, people are either like, oh no, it sucked, or it was fine. I'm not seeing anybody say, wow, that was great. They sure did nail that landing. I haven't heard anybody say that. Don't tell me what it is. I don't know. I will not have the context to know what it is because I haven't read the manga and I've only kept up with what's been animated. That's it. That's all I've had. It won't make any sense to me. Not worth spoiling other people who might know what the fuck's going on. Oh, you don't have to be sorry for not watching Chainsaw Man. Like, I only like the anime of Chainsaw Man so much. It kinda is so-so for me. But that movie was so well animated, like, I'm glad I sat through the TV series just to get to that movie. It was very, very good. Worked on Drunk History. I did closed captions on a couple of episodes of Drunk History. The one I remember specifically was a Christmas episode, which was very funny. Like, once you've been thrown into the deep end for closed captions with a show like Drunk History, like, you will never question how to write out sound effects for anything ever again, because drunk people make really weird noises, and you learn to work your brain like, how the fuck do I describe the noise that just came out of this man's mouth? Undead Unluck is very, very good. I did the closed captions and the subtitles on the anime series, on the TV series. They recently released just another edition to Undead Unluck Animated. I did not work on that one. Actually very disappointed with that, because I put in so much time and effort into the TV series, but the show, the anime adaptation of the manga is very good. I was very excited about it because a friend of mine was the translator of the manga, and I got to use a lot of his translations during my subtitling. It was great. I felt... I didn't mean to use this on him. I felt a very big kinship, a very big bond with this friend of mine, feeling like, oh, we worked basically on the same property. It was great. It was very, very cool. Yeah, you know, I didn't gel too much with the newer Trigun either. It's not really landing with me. I watched that whole first season, and we've watched like the first 2 episodes of this current season, and I don't know, I can't get my brain to connect to it. I'm not gelling with it, honestly. How many more uses do I have here? I can go back out there and run around a little bit more. Labby Dragon Mashal was on my list and I forgot all about it. Definitely need to seek it out now. Do, if you get the chance. If you get the chance, do go see it. It's on Crunchyroll. I hope my captions are there. It's hard to tell whether or not my captions will ever show up on Crunchyroll, because we definitely make them, and sometimes they just disappear, and I don't know what it is Crunchyroll does with them, but sometimes they don't use them at all. Sometimes instead they use AI-generated, machine-generated closed captions that are just a bunch of gobbledygook and don't make a lot of sense, despite the fact that they definitely have access to handmade, human-made closed captions. I don't know where they go. I don't work at Crunchyroll. If I did, I would definitely be like, hey man, what are we doing with the captions that definitely exist? Where are those? I don't know. Anti-capitalism zombie thing? Oh, Zom 100. Yeah. Zom 100 is shockingly good, and much like most good zombie shows, it's because it's not really about the zombies, right? It really is about, wow, capitalism sucks, and my life would be so much better, even in a zombie apocalypse, if I didn't have to go back to this shitty capitalist hellscape. That is my daily 9-to-5 job. Japan's got it really fucking bad right now. It's really fucking bad. It's so bad that people would rather... Everyone wants to isekai themselves, and everyone would rather have to face a zombie apocalypse than go to work. It's bad, man! And, like, I feel like we as Americans can relate to that, too, because I don't think we're all that much worse than Japan is, quite honestly. I think we're about equivalent. I think Japan probably looks at us like, oh, well, you guys actually leave work on time, and you, get healthcare with your jobs, and like some of those are really big misconceptions. And some people work so many multiple jobs just to make ends meet, because I don't think Japan, I also don't think they understand. Like, we will make what looks like a shit ton of money, except they don't understand that everything in America costs a bajillion dollars. So, we look like we're making a bunch of money, but all our money disappears. So we have to work so fucking hard just to make ends meet. I know exactly what that's like. Escaflowne? Girl in Another World. See, that's what I'm talking about. For the longest time, it was just, oh, teenage girls would love to go to some fantasy place and just have a cute romance and shit. That used to be the thing, and that's kind of not the thing anymore. I don't know too terribly much about the Transformers Unicron trilogy myself, so I can't make a lot of comments on that. I am not going to do a video on the importance of grinding in streams. Today is your one exception that you get a little bit of grinding in this stream. We are not doing this again. What do you think I would like? Wrong way to use healing magic? Well, because it's your recommendation, Woody, I will give it a shot. Thoughts of list media? You say it's on my website, but I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what list media is. Is Leatherface Chainsaw Man? No, I'm pretty sure those are two totally different properties. Shin-chan, I believe Discotech grabbed up everything that Funimation had dubbed many, many years ago. So if you're hankering for the old days of the old Funimation dub of Shin-chan, you should be able to get it. Would you rather fight 10 miniature Brock Lesnars that are only 2.5 feet tall, or one giant Brock Lesnar that is 7 feet tall? Well, my preference would be to never have to run into Brock Lesnar, because what the fuck, that guy's a fucker. But, yeah, I think I could take 10 miniature Brock Lesnars. I think I could do it. Well, I've caught all the way back up with my chat. I don't know what else to do at this point, because all I'm gonna be doing is just running around out here over and over and over again. What are my stats looking like right now? God, they're just not going up fast enough. They're really, really not. This is going to take... Boy, like, the mutants have almost no strength. Which is fine. I'm, like, never going to have them use physical weapons, melee weapons. Their mana really, I don't understand why their mana is as low as it is, because I have them use magic all the time. So, I'm gonna go outside and I'm gonna save, and I think that's where I'm gonna call it, because I can't keep this up. I don't have the mental fortitude for it. I just don't. Also, save state here. So I think I'm gonna look into who is streaming right now. If there's somebody good, I might send you guys over to somebody else for a while. There's not really anybody I would send you guys over to at the moment. You remember grinding in FF7 to level up materia? I did the same thing, Woody. I definitely did the same thing. Once we get to Final Fantasy VII, I'll probably end up doing the same thing there also. Will not be my first rodeo with FF7 by any stretch of the imagination, but, oh yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and stop here. I know it's early, but we'll go ahead and bring it to an end now. I'll spend some more time grinding for stats over the next day or so. Hopefully we'll be ready to take on Odin. We'll try. I don't know. I can't really make any promises now. We've hit this weird point where, like, the first game was really, really easy to grind up, and this second Final Fantasy Legend game has been really kind of an uncomfortable grind. It's not going so great. But we'll get there. We will eventually get there, because we're pretty close to the end of the game. It's just these stats, man. We just gotta get these stats up. But I'm gonna go ahead and check out for now. So thank you so much, you guys, for hanging out with me. I know I'm stopping early for the day. I don't know what else to do. I'll go ahead and upload some of my older VODs to the VOD channel. And, hopefully anybody who wanted to catch up on those other streams can still do so. You have a great night, everybody. Looking forward to seeing you again on Friday. So, until then, bye for now.